Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make Tobuscus. And it'll obviously be a remake, as if you watch the Venom video, it's Venom and Tobuscus that I made both 2D and without commentary, so I want to get that knocked out. And I am actually making Trumu, as you can see on the screen. I'm working on it, I'm doing it. It's kind of difficult to make it look good and accurate as well. You've got to kind of take both from both columns. He's not really as accurate as it could be, but I do think it looks pretty decent though. Hard one to do, difficult one, but if I do it right I think he'll be my favourite. He's a cool looking character. So I've got the front face, you know, tell me if you think that looks alright. I'm not completely happy with the helmet. I've got to put some detailing on like the actual side of the helmet and make it 3D of course, but other than that it's coming along nicely. So one more thing before I start Toby. I won't have posted for a few days since this is going up. There's good reasons for that. Things have been put into fruition and I've been slightly busy as well. But I'm hoping to make up for it with a few more uploads this week and my 10k special. I've got something special for you, as the 10k special would surmise, but it's going to be a little different. You probably won't be expecting it. A lot of my older fans will probably appreciate it more, but we'll see. So on to Toby after I've been talking about this for like 2 minutes, as usual. What you're going to need is red wool, yellow wool, oak wood planks, spruce wood planks, dark grey wool, light grey wool, lime green wool, and sandstone for the most part. You'll need a couple of different colours for the head, but we'll far off that. And what you want to do is, well, I'm going to make him here. I'm actually running out of room in this world. It's a little upsetting. You want to do 8 white wool on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoops, that would be 9, but 8 on the floor. And then you kind of want to do this. I'll just do it and then show you. They're the first 3 rows. There is feet, so there you go. That's what you want to do with the first 3, and I'll just pause a little bit because I've got something to say as well. For the red, on the actual skin, the red's a little darker, so you could feasibly use nether brick if you wanted to. It'd probably look a little bit more proper, but again, up to you, personal choice, etc., etc. So once you've got that finished, you want to do 3 rows of sandstone on top of that. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to make his shorts. Let me zoom in on these. Right, so from on either end, this side, we'll start with the left, you just want to go up 3 with the darker of the 2 planks. And then you want to do oak wood on top, then 2 spruce on top. I'm going to try and put all of like the spruce wood in and then just fill the rest in with the lighter. And then you want to like bring it inwards 1 and do, so let me just, that's what you want to have done so far, like that. Not really explainable, so you might be able to see the cake in the background as well. Not really explainable, but very doable. So once you have that, you know, pause where necessary. You just, these top 2 planks, you just want to do oak wood, bring it in 2, or bring it in 1, and then you want to do 2 spruce in the middle, and then you want to drag the spruce down by like 2 rows, so you want to have that. So, you know, pause if necessary, and then you want to fill the rest of it in with oak wood planks. I have a really hard time explaining that stuff. That's why I kind of like to do a bit, show a bit, do a bit, show a bit. You know how it is. And let me refer back to the 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So where's the sun at? It's going down a little bit. So we'll do a couple more things first. On top of what you have now, you know, this is the leg portion of it completely. So actually, you know what? I'll just zoom in, give you about 3 seconds of that, and I'm going to cut it off and I'm going to go and sleep. Alright then. So once you've got the leg portion done, we can start on the shirt, and you want to do 4 rows of light green wool. And I'll explain this at the end as well. You've got a choice really with the shirt. You can add in some dark green, which is what is on the skin. But I added it on. There's one over there behind Sky, which you won't be able to see because of loading and such. But there's one over there that has it in, and it doesn't look right. So I'll do it at the end. I'll show you where it will go. But you probably won't want to do it. I wouldn't have thought. But anyway, let's do the T. Let's do the T in Tobuscus. So, these two middle blocks here, the right one, you want to go up by 3 with the light grey wool. And honestly, I'm just thinking about this. I'm just going to make some of the T, and then I'm just going to show it you because there is no point. So that is like the bottom stick of the T. You can see that pretty easily, I hope. That's what you want to be doing, pause if you have to. And this is the top part. You add 2 more rows on top of what you already have. So that's the whole stick right there. And then you obviously just add the branch of the T out on the top. So here's the whole T like that, in all of its glory. Pause where you have to, etc. I know that some of you are different ages, different skill levels, shall we say. So everybody at their own speed. So there you go. And then what you want to do is you want to take the green and you just want to bring it all the way up to where the T is, and you can fill it in as you go as well, like this. And then you just want to ram another two rows of green wool on top of the T, and that's it for the torso. So that's what you'll have so far. Now make sure that's all in order, and we can move on to the arms. So the arms, well, I'll show you where the sleeves start. The sleeves start here. 1, 2, 3, 4. They start just before the top part of the T starts, so there, and we'll just fill the shoulders in. If I use the pixel art to measure itself, I don't have to mess about with counting out blocks and stuff. So they're that's his shirt, which is a giant T in itself. Actually, the whole thing's a giant T. T-ception. And his arms start where his shirt starts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can just throw those in, throw them to the top like that. It's not a difficult pixel art. Even when you add in the extra bits that you could add in, which I think kind of ruin it, even then it's one of the easier ones. Not like that guy over there, Trumu. He's a real pain in the balls. But this is what you want to have so far. Pretty simple, pretty easy, and mostly loads of blocks of colours. So make sure that you have that, and then we can move on to the back. And what you want to do is, you just want to get out of the way. You just want to bring the pixel art back 1, 2, 3 on each side, starting from the bottom, of course. Then join it together on the back, and the first row is white, the first row of the back. And then you can throw 2 rows of red on top because they're his shoes, trainers, whatever. Red or never brick, if that's what you decided to put on there. And let me zoom in on his shorts again because that will be coming shortly after. And as you might imagine, so once you've done that, remember to only come back 3 because that will give it a thickness of 4, which is the usual for skins. And then you just want to add 3 rows of sandstone on top of the red, like that. As you might imagine, makes it all even like that. And then what you want to do is you want to make the shorts. Now, the shorts, I'm just gonna be better off putting some in and showing you again because there's no point in trying to explain the unexplainable. That's what you want to have. So you can see the 2 blocks in the middle, then it breaks up for 1 block, and then a giant L and a J, and those go as high as the shorts do on the front side. So use the front side to measure. To measure where it should go. And there's a little more birchwood planks that has to go in there. So once you've got that, on the top, you know, we're going to bring them together again. You just want to do 2 coming in from each side with the oak, and then finish it up with the birch in the middle, so like that. And then what you want to do is, you know these 2 holes on the bottom row, you want to go up 2 with the oak planks, throw a birch on top of them, so you have that, and then you want to like connect them diagonally to the outside row, so you want to have that. And it'll actually be easy to show you with the oak planks put in. I know that some people would have been happy with, you know, simply like me making the whole shorts, but as I've explained, some people have different skill levels, so nice and slow, nobody gets confused. So you want to have that anyway. And this next part is actually really simple. So you know, once you've got all of that together, and I'm just going to make sure. Yep, I'm right. Barring any other green that you may have introduced onto the pixel art, because like I said, there is a possibility to add some shading and stuff. Like I said, I think it ruins it. But how I've made it so far, all you're going to do now is you're going to transfer the shirt on the front and the arms over to the back, and his shirt is just going to be completely plain. There is no T on the back, although I think there should be a T on the back, or maybe an upside down T or something on there. But on the actual skin that I'm looking at now, there's nothing, it's just a plain shirt. How boring is that? So, you know, mark out where the shirt's going to be, make sure you do it properly, unlike I've just done. Mark out the arms, which will start at or where the shirt starts, I should say. So, have those. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. And then simply colour in the lines, colour in the arms and colour in the shirt, and that is exactly what I'm going to do, because it's going to be a little timely process. I'll be back. Alright, and if you've done that correctly, the back will be extremely plain and pretty blank. But that's how it is, I'm afraid. Now we can move on to the sides. You know, pause where you need to, make sure you've got it right, all of that good stuff. The sun's actually going down, but I think we can get a bit of this made. Alright, so the shoes just carry up on the sides. You just throw the red in like that. His legs also carry on up, they just carry on around. So you know, like you imagine they would. The shorts slightly different. It is actually gonna be a bit too dark to be working on it. So I'm gonna do the same thing that I've done on this side, and then I will cut it out and be back in the daytime. Righty dokie. So there we go. Like I said, just did the same thing on the other side. It's only 5 rows of blocks. Just carrying the legs around, just carrying the shoes around. Nothing special there. There's a little bit of design on the shorts, but it's not too. It's oh no, it's almost pointless to put in, but I'm going to put it in anyway. Especially the shoes. There should be a white block here, but that interferes with the back. I mean, you could put it in like that, but the actual skin, it uses double-sided blocks. So you know, it's up to you. You could put white in those corners. Just something that I remembered now. I'll leave them in. And for the shorts as well, you can add oak wood, spruce wood planks there and there, if you so choose. There you go. Doesn't make much of a difference, to be honest with you, but you know, if you're looking for accuracy, here you are. And for the arms are very simple. As always, I will give this warning forever. Remember to fill the bottom of the hands in. The arms just carry around. Sandstone goes to where the sandstone goes. Then you just use green to where the green ends. Fill in some of the top of the shoulder, about 3 or 4 blocks worth, I can't remember. And then we can simply just move on to the other side. Place the spruce wood planks where you did on the other side. You can just look over and make sure you've got the right position, or don't even bother and just use oak planks. It doesn't make that much of a difference. Make sure you've got that. Sandstone again, remember that you fill in the bottom of the hand, easy to forget, I know I do. Just make sure the sandstone goes up as high as it does on the front and the back. Use the lime green wool to go to the top of the shoulder. Fill some of the top of the shoulder in, doesn't matter how much, as long as it's over 3 or 4 blocks worth. Make sure that it crouches onto the torso to make sure that you're not gonna leave any holes in there. And then you'll be left with that. Like I said, pretty plain pixel art, or skin, whatever. But you know, whatever. Probably does look a little better with the white added into the feet. I'm sorry I didn't remember whilst I was actually making it. I only remembered when I was looking at the back of the pixel art, the plan that I made, and of course it's red on there, but on the sides the white block's introduced because of the double colours, double-sided coloured block thing. So you know, it's how the cookie crumbles. It's how the cookie crumbles. And alright, so it's time to move on to the head. Anyway, so for the head, it's obviously 8 blocks wide and spans across his torso and doesn't go onto his arms. So right there. So just mark that out. And do the same for the back as well, actually. Just make a nice little rectangle like this. And what you can do is, you can now bring the front out by 2 rows. So 1 and a 2, because that's just how they work. The heads come out 2 blocks and they overhang the back by 2 blocks as well. And luckily, the first row of his head is actually sandstone. And oh, we're going to have to get rid of a couple of colours. Just get rid of all of the colours now. So for the head you're just going to need sandstone. I used spruce wood, black, a little bit of white, and just normal brown wool. So like I said, for the first row it is just sandstone anyway. Then you want to find the 2 middle blocks, being these 2, and on the left one you just want to place a black, and it'll be like it'll line up with the T, if you know what I mean. Like that. And then you can just fill the rest of the row in with sandstone. And then you can throw another row of sandstone on top. That is the first 3 rows. And now time to make his eyes. And I'll just make his eyes entirely and then show you, because again the whole explaining thing doesn't make sense. 2 spaces between his eyes, white there, white there. He's got his eyebrows kind of either raised or whatever, but they're his eyes anyway, they're the positions. So make sure you have those, make sure they're in the right place and such, and then you can make everything even with sandstone, so right up to the top of his eyebrows like that. And then on this, on the penultimate row, if you'd like to say, on either end you just want to throw a spruce wood and then sandstone in between. And then you just want to do spruce wood going all the way along the top, like that. Kind of looks weird like that. And that's why we're going to be doing this. So you know, once you have this, you know, pause if you have to, make sure you've got it. You want to add a little bit of spruce wood to, well, I'll just add it in. Miss one, and then here, and here. So, I'll just zoom in here. So you can see that's what I've done to the top row, that's on the very tippy top. The hair, you know, it goes over the usual block limit, but who cares, YOLO. That's just how it is. And there you go. So, we'll do the back of the head over here actually. So you'll have this row marked out. You just want to bring it back 2 rows, of course. And for the first row, it is again sandstone. For the second row, you just want to throw sandstone on either end like that, and then you just want to do spruce wood in between. And then it's really simple. You just do spruce wood right until you reach the top of the head, which should be a grand total of 6 rows of solid spruce wood. So I'm not counting. I'm just using the other side of the head to measure. Yeah, that's right. And make sure that it's like aligned with the top of his head. Sorry about that. Not the top of his hair here. And now, let's do the side of his head. I didn't actually... Let me just very quickly... I apologise. Not having this ready. I done goofed. There we go. Okay. That didn't take very long anyway. So, you know, once it went... I didn't show you the back of the head because it's so simple. There you go. But, the side of the head, you just want to have the bottom row here, and then you can add another row of sandstone. And then what you want to do is, like the second row, like coming backwards here, you just want to do sandstone, one away from the top of the sandstone here. So, you leave one. And then you just want to do sandstone, like for the next row, going all the way up to the top of the head, like that. And then you can make his ear here, which is that. So let me show you what you want to have. That. And then you can proceed to fill the rest in with spruce wood. Because that is how it goes. So, just to give you a bit of a better view, that's the side of his head with the sandstone and the spruce wood put in. You can see his ear there, like that. And what you can do now on the other side of the head is you can of course just copy out what you've done on the other side. No need for instruction, just use your eyes and you will do just fine. There we go. Fill the top of the head in and you will be just fine. Take this off. But there you go, there's Tobuscus. I'm just going to circle around him while I say a couple of things. So like I said, there's really two things that you could do that on the actual skin that I'm looking at, which I think is pretty accurate. You could add a little bit more spruce wood around his head. You could add a little bit of hair and everything. I added it. I personally don't like it. I think it makes it look a bit too... I can't really describe it. I think it just looks awful. Secondly, of course, what I kept talking about, you could add in a little bit of darker green to the shirt. But again, it doesn't look right. I think you're better off with the plain colours. I really do. So, you know, it's really your choice. But, there you have him. I kind of wanted to make him with like a sword or a headset or something. I'm going to do that on one of them. But, not this time. Hey, if you've made it this far into the video, maybe you think I deserve a like. If you want to, comment. And if you're new here, maybe you should think about subscribing. I put out new content at least every other day. And for my fellow video makers, if you're interested in a YouTube partnership, click the link below in the description.